I've got a tobacco review for you today. The wine in there is, we've got a new puppy and she's rather needy. This is Pixie, my wife's dog. She's a cross between a dachshund and a chihuahua, and she's lovely, but she's, well, compared to the big dogs which I have here, which is of course a boxer, Sherlock, and an old English bulldog, Maddie, she's rather tiny, and she's the most needy. Alright, calm down. So today I'm doing a pipe review for you with Dog on Lap, pipe tobacco review for you, and that is HH Bold Kentucky, which is a flake tobacco. This is all I have left in my cellar, and I believe this tobacco has now been discontinued because McBaren, who produced this tobacco, were bought out by the Scandinavian Tobacco Group, and I think they have discontinued this blend. It's billed as it was the strongest tobacco in the McKellen range, McBaren rather, not McKellen, in the McBaren range, in terms of flavour and nicotine. Now it's a burley mix. Burley can be a very strong tobacco. There's also some Virginia in there, and it's steamed and not pressed. I believe it's discontinued, but there are some places which have still got it in stock, but it's very much a thing now that you'll only be able to get it while stocks last. I did a search earlier online, and I know GQ tobaccos have some. I checked stateside, and I only checked one tobacco seller, and that is Four Noggins, because I trust Four Noggins. I bought a lot from them in the past, and they've got it listed now as out of stock. So I've called up some information on the internet, and this is from the 27th of June 2024, so last year, and the headline is: the Scandinavian Tobacco Group are to acquire McBaren Tobacco Company. And it says basically the Scandinavian Tobacco Group has today agreed on the terms and conditions for the acquisition of all shares of McBaren Tobacco Company from Hallberg AS on a debt and cash-free basis. The transaction is valued at DKK, whatever that means. That's European euros, is it maybe? 535 million. The acquisition will be financed partly by cash at hand and debt. Closing of the transaction is expected shortly. McBaren was a family-owned business founded in 1826 and is a leading global tobacco smoking company, which includes a strong portfolio of pipe tobacco brands such as McBaren, Amphora and Olga Dance, as well as fine-cut tobacco brands like Amsterdam, Choice and Opal. The company also produced nicotine pouches with brands like Ace and Grit. So I have smoked this tobacco in the past. I bought 3 tins of this once, and this is all I have left. But this has been aged now for at least 7 years. I'm guessing 7 years, but it is at least 7 years. So we'll see what it's like when I pop open the tin. This tin has already been opened, and it's a little dry. It's not overly dry. It's managed to maintain some of the moisture, so it's not overly dry. So we'll pop out into the smoking shed in a moment and try this Bold Kentucky. Look, say hello to the viewers and stop whining. I'm going to be smoking this in a Falcon pipe today. I've just had a new Falcon from my smoking shop. I didn't get a bowl of this because I've got a lot of spare Falcon bowls here. I've got several bowls, so, but I did like the because my other Falcons are all straight, and I wanted a bent Falcon because I do prefer bent types, and I have this rather fancy Falcon stem here if Pixie stops eating the packaging. So as you can see, it's browny kind of red with the main stem at the middle in the blue. There's also a smoke ring in there, because with Falcons you can use smoke rings. These smoke rings are supplied by Falcon themselves, but you don't really have to buy them. I make smoke rings by cutting a pipe cleaner and popping it in there, but I'll show you the way the smoke ring works in a moment. Let me just get my trusty pipe knife out to dig this. So basically that's just the dry ring. So it's like a cut of a pipe cleaner with a bit of a spike. Then you push the metal spike down into the draw hole there, and then this dry ring, in theory and actually in practice, because I've smoked Falcons a lot of times. Can you stop whining for the video, please? So it's there. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy this glass of scotch for a moment. Then I'm going to pop out into the smoking shed, and we're going to spark up a bowl of Bold Kentucky, HH Bold Kentucky, and sit there and mourn the loss of another great tobacco blend. Still available at the moment, as I say, in limited stocks in some stores, so if you want to try this, once you've viewed my review, it was well worth trying to seek some out now, because as time goes on, it's going to become impossible to get. I mean, another blend which was from McBaren and not McBaren was another favourite brand of mine was Frog Morton. And since McKellen are gone, Frog Morton now, the tins, unopened tins, are going for absolutely ridiculous prices on the internet, and maybe HH Bull Kentucky will go the same way. Smoking it in my new Falcon, I do like that. Nice bent shape. I'll pop a bowl on you now. We'll pop out to the smoking shed. I'll sort out the little fella, because she, oh my God, she whines. It's like having a new baby in the house. Oh,
okay, here we are in the smoking shed, and before we light up this HH Dark Fire, Dark Kentucky, let's talk a little bit about this pipe first. As you can see, I've applied a bowl now. I've got several Falcon bowls, so I only bought the stem for this, but I do like that stem with the blue middle and the browny red outer part, and of course the standard Falcon mouthpiece. Now I want to talk a little bit about Falcon pipes. Falcon pipes were invented in 1936. It's an American invention. During the early 1960s, they ended up being largely produced in the UK, in England, where they are still produced to this day, and they are fantastic pipes. Now there's a lot of snobbery around the Falcon pipes, and it is just snobbery and it's stupidity as well, because people think, a lot of pipe smokers feel that an high-end briar, which costs much more than a Falcon pipe, must be that much better, but that's not true. You're still smoking through briar, because the bowl which can be popped off you is a briar bowl, so you're getting the experience of smoking through briar. I'm not saying Falcon pipe bowls are made of the finest quality briar, but it's still briar, and it gives that full briar characteristics, smoking characteristics. Now the biggest bulk of the Falcon pipe is aluminium, which provides a cooling sensation before the smoke gets to the mouth. And this section here, below the bowl, is called your humidido, and as you see, there's a dry ring in there. But you don't need to buy these dry rings from Falcon. You can quite easily make them yourself by cutting a pipe cleaner. That's all it is, basically, is a pipe cleaner which has been stripped to a certain extent to allow the little metal piece to fit into the draw hole there. So let's spark this up and talk about HH Dark Kentucky, sadly discontinued, but a fantastic smoke from what I remember, although it has been several years. This actual bowl here, the tobacco in this bowl has had at least 7 years of age, and I'm thinking around 8 to 9 years it's been in my cellar. Wow, immediately you get punched. That's that charring light was quite potent. I think I'll have to slow down on smoking the rest of this. Now this is not a tobacco that a beginner pipe smoker would enjoy, nor is it a tobacco that someone who smokes mild tobaccos would enjoy. This is full-bodied. It's got quite a nicotine in it, largely made of flame-pressed burley tobaccos, but there are some Virginias in here just to tone down the smoke a little bit. And I haven't got the tin with me. I meant to bring the tin out to read the tin description, but it basically says that it's flame pressed burleys with a little Virginia added to tone down the smoke just a little bit. I've been talking now, so the pipe has gone out. This time I'm going to light it properly and give it a chance to smoulder away, and I'm going to describe the flavours, the nuances that I'm getting from this tobacco. Rather a pleasant day in the shed today. The weather's quite nice, the garden's looking wonderful.
As I watch the sun descending and the birds fly home to rest, in the hush when day is ending, that's the hour when I feel blessed, smoking my pipe.
Okay, so it's strong. It is very strong, and that's evidence in the taste. You get an earthy tobacco type taste.
Smoking my pipe. Like a whisper through the cornfield comes a gentle evening breeze at the doorway.
Predominantly burley. Quite delicious once you get it going properly.
Of my cottage I recall old memories, smoking my pipe, smoking my pipe.
Because the Falcon's doing its job well.
Those
Blue stem. In contrast to the red, the browny red of the rest of the stem.
Those days behind me and the happiness they meant. Every sundown you will find me with a heart that is content, smoking my pipe.
Earthy, no nonsense tobacco taste. There's no toppings or flavourings added to this, no casings. So it is a pure tobacco taste that you're experiencing.
Smoking my pipe.
You know, I think that every pipe smoker, whether you prefer aromatics or English blends or orientals or any other type of tobacco, should at least experience this style of tobacco at least once, because it is a pure tobacco experience.
A moving finger closes one more day, but yet, while such thoughts as mine can linger, I'll have nothing to regret. Smoking my pipe. Smoking my pipe. Smoking my pipe.
It's almost got that taste which is like a good quality cigar. And I can feel that nicotine in it. I can really feel it now. It's not making me woozy or anything, but I'm not I know that I'm getting a lot of nicotine in this. McBaren used to say on their website that this tobacco is not recommended for novice smokers or new smokers, and that I would agree with totally. This is a tobacco to sample, to savour, to delight once you're a seasoned smoker and you know the experiences, the taste, the sensation that tobacco can give you. This then is worth sampling so that you do experience the real nuances of the smoke. I mean, if I had to liken this tobacco to a whiskey, I would say that the whiskey equivalent, and whiskey is something that I know a lot about, and check out my latest book, A Dark History of Whiskey, but the whiskey equivalent of this tobacco would be something like a Lefroy, a peated Islay whiskey, a very strong, punchy whiskey, and this is a strong, punchy tobacco.
As I watch the sun descending and the birds fly home to rest, in the hush when day is ending, that's the hour when I feel blessed, smoking my pipe.
You know, the weather's so nice, I think I'm going to leave the smoking shed and go and enjoy the rest of this rather potent bowl of tobacco in the garden. And the Falcon, of course, delivering a quality smoke. This review here is as much about the Falcon pipes as it is about the HH Old Kentucky tobacco. I really am a champion of Falcons, and I'm going to talk a lot more about Falcon pipes in future videos. And I had a massive collection of Falcon pipes once, but once I gave up cigarette smoking 6 years ago now, I put my pipes away because I was worried. I didn't want to give up pipe smoking, but I needed to give up cigarette smoking. I was smoking far too many cigarettes a day. It was dangerous. It was bad for my health. But the way I smoke a pipe, I don't inhale. I enjoy it. It slows me down, and I only smoke 2, perhaps 3 bowls in a day anyway. Most days I'll only have 1 bowl, so the health issues surrounding my pipe, and I've got hiccups there, and that's what's known as niccups, and it's caused by the high nicotine content in this tobacco. And I when I first gave up cigarette smoking, I gave a lot of my Falcon pipes away, but I'm going to build up another collection of my Falcons. I've still got several. I've got several bowls, several stems, but I want to build up every variation of a Falcon to build up my collection. So we will definitely have more videos here extolling the virtues of the Falcon pipes, and I swear by these pipes. I think that the people that malign these pipes really don't know what they're talking about, and they fall into the trap of thinking that a full briar pipe, which costs an arm and a leg, is the only way to go. Take for instance Mr. Rick Newcomb, who's written 2 wonderful books, highly recommended books, Searching for Pipe Dreams and Still Searching for Pipe Dreams. His pipe books are among the best and the most easily accessible to a newcomer, and they're the most readable books. They're really entertaining books, but I feel that Mr. Newcomb went over the top in his praise of the Danish pipe makers, which cost an arm and a leg. For the price you pay for one of these pipes, you can buy a car. It's ridiculous. And I think Falcons provide just as good a smoke as anything. A Dunhill, which Dunhills go for a pretty decent price, not an astronomical price, but you will pay a couple £200 for a good quality Dunhill. Whereas a Falcon you can get the bowl. I think I paid £30 for this bowl. You can get this stem, rather, £30 for this stem. You can get a bowl around £25 to £30. You can get fancy bowls, whatever. You're still smoking through briar. The bowl is a briar. You can get meerschaum bowls. But Falcons provides everything you need in a good, enjoyable pipe smoke. So why go with silly prices? I wouldn't do it. Anyway, let's go in the garden. I am enjoying this dark Kentucky now that it's burnt down a bit. We're halfway through the bowl. Really enjoying it. Strong. I haven't smoked this tobacco for so many years now, and I smoke Condo more than any other tobacco, and Condo's a strong tobacco, but this leaves Condo on the starting blocks. Anyway, let's go enjoy the sunshine. This stuff really is good. You're not getting any fruity flavours. There's no casings at all. It's just a pure tobacco taste. It does, though, remind me strongly peated malt whiskey. Not because the taste is similar, but the sensation is similar. You're getting a strong hit, a no-nonsense hit. Falcon pipers do a good job of delivering that flavour to my mouth. And that's all a pipe has to do. Another good thing about a Falcon is I'm getting a dry smoke here. There's no gurgling. But if there was gurgling, what you can do is mid-smoke, you pop off the bowl, and you can see there what the dry ring is doing, where it's capturing a lot of the moisture. Burning tobacco does produce moisture. So if need be, you could wipe that out, pop the bowl back on. I didn't need to do this. This is a very dry smoke. The previous time I smoked it so many years ago that I'm not sure if there's any differences to it now with the aging. But all I remember about this was it gave a strong, potent blast of nicotine. Strong, earthy flavours, peaty. Very sure. That was Sherlock, eh? That was Sherlock. Hey, Sherlock. He's got a tumour on his back, but we've had it tested by the vet. It's benign. So he's got to go in for an operation at the end of the month to remove it, but it is benign, thankfully. So he's wearing a dressing on his back at the moment. I love Sherlock. We've got 2 dogs in this video. 2 dogs, a Falcon and 8H Bull Kentucky. Pretty good value. I'm going to wrap up now. I'm going to finish this bowl. If you've enjoyed this video, then please subscribe for more videos with similar content. Also a lot of whiskey reviews on this channel, a lot of film reviews, book reviews, everything. We cover everything. So please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment. If you leave a comment, we can mourn the passing of H.H. Bull Kentucky together. Maybe that'll make it easier. Make a loss that much easier to bear.
And just to end this video, I just want to show you a little bit more about the Falcon, because cleanliness is very important, of course. So you've just finished a smoke, whether it's H.H. Bull Kentucky or whatever. Simply pop the bowl off. Now you see the humidor. Pop out the dry ring or pipe cleaner, whatever you've used. There we are. You can discard that in the bin. Bit of tissue paper. Give it a quick wipe through. Dry through a pipe cleaner. And you don't need to buy the proper Falcon extra thin pipe cleaners, because the standard pipe cleaner will go through. Pop the pipe cleaner through. It's come out there in the humidor. Same with the bowl. Wipe it off with a bit of tissue paper. Give it a wipe through inside with the tissue paper. You can ream these bowls after so many smoking. Give it a light ream in. Keeps it as good as new. Pop it back on and then simply cast it aside. And when I want to use this pipe again, which I will tomorrow, because I use these pipes a lot in work, because they're so lightweight, they're so flexible, they're so versatile, and it doesn't matter in the end of the day if you burn out your bowl, because you can get another bowl, pop it on, and it's as good as new. So that's Falcon pipes and H.H. Bull Kentucky. Damn good, the pair of them.